What's up, Mike Nelson? Welcome back to Feedback Friday.
Oh yeah, you got your caffeine this morning, I can tell.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready for these email geeks, ready to look at some emails.
Yeah, let's do this, Shiz, and get them on their way for a delightful weekend. We have Grubhub today.
They got some fancy looking emails, and I want to jump in and take a look.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
This Poke email kind of stood out to me. They send a lot of transactional emails, I think, with local offers, pulling in recommendations, but I think once in a while they send one of these kind of dedicated emails. The imagery really stood out to me. This layout really stood out to me, so maybe we can walk down through the sections and see what we like.
First off, very, very powerful color scheme going on here. That red is really strong, but then the imagery on a black kind of chalkboard-ish color, slate. Would you call that slate?
I like this too, that this is actually a separate PNG, it looks like, image on top. So on mobile, you get a really good view of the full image. It's not scaled down.
Makes that very colorful. They turn the saturation up a little bit. Yeah, it makes a strong presence on your screen. I like the little card overlay there too. That is persistent in mobile view.
It kind of feels maybe like a menu or something to me a little bit. I'm digging it. I like how it kind of goes in, and the step process really brings me into this email especially.
I think on mobile, a lot of people would just cop out and just do an edge to edge, but that teeny little sliver on each side makes it stand out a little bit more.
I guess on mobile, now that we're looking at that, maybe some mobile styling on that header text just to make it on one line would be a nice touch. Maybe in some email clients it actually looks a little bit better, but at least in this preview right here it isn't really on one line, so maybe there's some span class you could add to maybe adjust that sizing on mobile. That'd be an extra nice little touch.
Yeah, here's your steps. You got some rice, you got some seafood, you got some toppings, and you got a savory sauce.
Yeah, I like the little added side images, kind of adds some subtle additions to it. It doesn't really take over the whole screen or anything, and the content, the text is the main focus. And good formatting on this too, this being like bold, everything being live text, kind of going down the email. Yeah, pretty positive.
Being it centered, usually I don't like to center things if it's more than 3 or 4 lines, but with it contained because of the imagery on the right and left margins of the avocado and peas and sushi, I think it actually doesn't look bad, and it's actually the width of the text isn't too bad either. It's not really tight in the middle, and then they have a good space between each break too, so there's not that 3 and 4 are sitting on top of each other.
Yeah, great use of white space. I agree. A nice little change of color. This Read More CTA using that blue. I think that's another one of their brand colors. I think we see this red repeated throughout the email, but I definitely think making a red CTA would be bad. I feel like there's probably some testing that we've done around CTA colors that blue is one of the more popular colors for CTAs actually.
It is, but it's also a default in a lot of systems, so not a lot of people just change it out. So you've been introduced, but then you could have seen last month's featured dish, which was the breakfast sandwich, that looks super good this morning.
I know that, yeah, definitely looks better this morning than maybe a poke bowl. This is an image, which is a little bit of a bummer, but maybe I understand this whole section might be hard with this sort of text feature as well to actually do. This might be, a couple different images, but I think they make this CTA nice and big on desktop so that when it scales down to mobile, it's about the right size. It's, still clickable. The top section, using the background image definitely provides the better experience than a full locked up image like this. I think something I might add, to this email, if there was a module that showed places local to you that might serve poke. If they know your location, that might be a really cool idea, that maybe this tells you how to make this dish. If you're interested in ordering it, having a module to do that there would be a good idea too, I think.
Or top places in the city, not even necessarily need to be near you, but because Grubhub delivers from lots of places around the city, right? They're bringing it to you because that's what they do. I do like the unsubscribe text at the very bottom. It's really simple, but then the copy is right on where it says, if you no longer wish to receive these emails, it's cool. And then it says, but don't think we won't miss you. I think it's just a nice little touch. Instead of just saying, this email was sent to you, you can unsubscribe. Just adds a little bit more personality to it.
I really like the idea around this email too about bringing in, what people maybe ate in a week Sounds like a really interesting idea for a food company, and using live text and interesting layouts again throughout their emails.
The cards is a nice little touch. I think her face is a little blurry, which maybe that's just like a size rendering issue. Maybe it's like the duotone thing that they use.
I think this could have been 2x. Maybe on mobile it looks a bit better, but on desktop I think you definitely see...
That card, I mean, the whole purple section, not her face, but kind of the purple section, could have easily been text. Because you would take right above Maria, and that could be the image.
Yeah, I think they could have sliced it there and did a little bit more formatting to make this look better pretty easily. So
yeah,
kind of a bummer.
But yeah, I like the kind of the thought about how this is introducing you to these. These are just like different people around the U.S. Keep scrolling down. There's Portland.
Yeah, I've been to Pok Pok too. Good food recommendation.
Dude, Pok Pok's good. Yeah, Denver. So my thought on this email, I think the design is pretty good. Oh, Pat came out. Dude, this is making me so hungry. So I think the design on this is good. I think that they did miss a little bit on this, mostly because there's a couple things here. As a user, I'm not going to be going, like, let's say I live in Atlanta, which I don't, but let's say I live in Atlanta.
Yeah.
None of these recommendations are relevant to me. I'd be like, why did you send this to me? I don't care about any of these places.
I think the idea around this one was trying to like just talking about the individual items and less about the individual restaurants, I guess. Bringing in national different restaurants and then kind of saying like, oh, this sandwich might be good. Let me find sandwiches. But I think you're right with the idea that, you know, they're talking about a specific place, but yet like you can't actually go there. So
yeah, I just think it's a mismatch where it's like, oh, dude, that place sounds so good, and then let's say you try to find Pad Kimao near me. I'm in the middle of Tennessee. There's no Pad Kimao near me, to tell you the truth. So
exactly,
you need to like drive up closer to Nashville or something to get some really good Pad Kimao. There's right here on the border of Tennessee and Alabama. There's just not a lot of ethnic options. So I don't know, maybe they would have just not sent this email to me because they would be like, oh, that guy, he's only got steak and potatoes where he's at. Generally, I think, good design. The blue and purple is a little hard to read. I think I would have filled in that CTA with maybe like a complementary color to that purple.
The ghost buttons, you're not liking them?
Well, it's not that it's just ghost button. I just don't think that the color goes that well with the purple.
I think one big opportunity is on the CTA is to kind of match this illustration. To me, a lot of these feel like emojis.
Oh, yeah.
So I really kind of think, you could have had like some sort of emoji on one part of the CTA or somewhere else in this image. There could have been some tie-in with that, and it would have made the email feel a little bit more complete and tie-in with the illustrations up top.
Yeah, I can see like a lot of people doing something similar to this though, where there's a format of people around the world or people around the city or wherever you're located with just highlighting some of the things that they like. I don't knock them for doing that. I think that's actually a good idea. Just being a little bit more personalized by the person who's receiving it is probably the key to this email making it successful.
True. And two, I think a little bit on mobile, there could have been some more optimization. The sort of card layout gets a little lost when it's right up against the edge of the screen, so that maybe there's some additional spacing on some other email clients, but not having some additional padding around these sections on mobile kind of makes it feel like a little, too tight on the edges.
Dude, I'm getting so hungry.
Me too. What are you gonna eat this weekend? Any big plans?
We are gonna go up to Pigeon Forge, which is east of Knoxville.
Do they deliver it through Grubhub or no?
I don't think so. That's where Dollywood is. My kids wanted to go to Dollywood, so we're gonna have some time doing that.
Okay, Mike. Well, we need to get a promo code from Grubhub or something.
I got connections. Just wait.
Have a fantastic weekend.
Man.
See ya.
You have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
If you have any feedback on the series, please leave a comment down below. Hit subscribe to keep up with future episodes. Thank you for giving a listen and letting our sponsors know you love really good emails.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Ding dong.
Hello?
Got some food for you.
Oh, is this my Grubhub delivery?
Yeah.
Thanks.
This is the worst ever.